Hey guys, what's up? I'm Vamshee Kapkar and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to discuss about the strategies and some of the methods that I have followed for theoretical subjects. I know November examinations are very near, and I hope this video will be helpful for both CE IPCC students and also for the CFNL students. I request you to watch the video till the end so that you can get the maximum benefit out of the video, and I also request you to subscribe my channel if you like the content. That would really motivate me in doing more and more videos in the future. So let's get into the video. So coming to the theoretical subjects, most of the students, they find it very difficult in reading and remembering the concepts of theoretical subjects. Be it in IPCC, be it in final, theoretical subjects are like nightmares to most of the students. And even in my case, I have faced a lot of issues while reading these theoretical subjects. So I'm going to give you 3 solid tips that can help you in improving your score, that can help you in clearing your CA examinations. So the first thing which I want to tell you about theoretical subjects is, do not invest most of your time into these subjects. Now this might sound controversial because I am saying you to altogether not to invest much time on these subjects. So what I mean by is see, what I have followed during my CFNL preparation is I have categorize some subjects as high scoring and some subjects as low scoring. So I have invested most of my time into these high scoring subjects because I felt that theoretical subjects like law and audit, they are not meant for scoring high marks. Now this is a purely subjective thing. I have seen many people scoring 80 plus marks in these theoretical subjects also. So it is not applicable to everyone. If you feel that you are strong in theoretical subjects, then you can invest most of your time into these things. But what I want to say is, most of the students, they do not feel that comfort level in these theoretical subjects. So that's why I would suggest not to invest much of your time into this, because if you invest most of your time into these subjects, bothering yourself much, then you might altogether waste up the time, because the subjects which actually require more time and which subjects can fetch you more marks, you will be ending up that time into these subjects. So the first thing is, if you are weak at theoretical subjects like me, you can follow this strategy. You can invest most of your time into the practical subjects and you can invest some reasonable time into these theoretical subjects. So that is the first tip that I want to tell you from this video. Okay, if you are weak at theoretical subjects, don't waste your most precious time into these subjects. Now I'll tell you the second tip. Second tip regarding these theoretical subjects is, if you want to improve your marks in these theoretical subjects, then there is only one strategy, there is only one mantra, there is only one secret, that is revision. Revision plays the vital role in theoretical subjects. I remember reading at least 6 times for these theoretical subjects. Now you might feel there is a kind of clash between the first and second points. In the first point, as I said you not to invest most of your time into these theoretical subjects, and in the second point, I'm telling you to revise more. Now what I mean by is, see, when you are revising more, you need not spend most of your time. Let's say what I used to do is, every day I used to be in touch with these theoretical subjects. It's not like I have read like for 15 days I've completed law, then I have completely put that subject aside and I have shifted to another practical subjects. I have not followed this strategy. What I followed is, I have classified few topics from the law and audit as something which are meant to be revised again and again. And there are some topics which there is no need for revising, there is no need for remembering a hell lot of stuff in law, audit and law. So I did not revise them much. I have revised only few portions which I felt that these particular topics have to be revised at a regular period of time. So that's why I am telling you to plan at least 5 to 6 number of revisions in those topics which you feel that there is a need for revision. And how do you decide that there is a need for revision? Simple thing is, there are some few topics like standards when it comes to auditing. There are some technical terms which you forget easily if you are not in touch with the subject at a regular interval of time. So for these topics you should plan 5 to 6 number of revisions. Now what happens when you revise more and more is, when you revise more and more, you will be able to retain the information, your memory increases, and this helps you in the long term retaining of the information. So if you are planning for 2 to 3 revisions in case of theoretical subjects, trust me, it will not work. I will tell you one example. During my time, there is a subject called ISCA, and for that particular subject I remember revising almost around 25 to 30 times. So that is the level of revision that I have done for theoretical subjects. I'm not telling you to plan for those many kind of revisions. Anywhere in between 5 to 6 revisions is very much enough, and it will help you a lot in clearing these theoretical papers. And coming to the last point that helped me really in these theoretical subjects is, there is a structure in remembering the data and related to these theoretical subjects. Now let's say there is a concept called audit documentation in the subject audit paper. Now how do you remember the stuff when it comes to this concept? Most often what happens with most of the students is they knew the concept very clearly. They are very strong at the concepts when it comes to law and audit. But what happens is they face problem in presenting their answer, because they find it very difficult to present in a way that ICA is expecting the students to present. The reason for this is because of the vocabulary that is being used in the actual standard or actual law. People they do not remember the words, they do not remember the sentence that are actually there in the section, that are actually there in the standard. And it is not possible also for a human being to remember the exact number of words, exact number of sentences that are there in the bare act or bare standard. So what I would suggest is you should have a structure in reading the particular concept. The first point is, in this structural framework, the first is you need to understand the concept clearly. That is the first and foremost. Even in these audit and law papers, you should be very much clear, you should be very much strong with the conceptual knowledge. First you have an understanding in your own language, like what is this, why is this, and how to do with this. So all these questions you need to understand, and you can get a strong hold on the concept. Now the second thing is, you can keep a shortcut in remembering this particular concept. Like let's say I used to frame these mnemonics, time, these short acronyms, which they have helped me tremendously. Now let's say there is a particular concept called audit documentation. This is just for an example I'm giving you. Audit documentation, and there, let's say I have remembered an acronym called TIME, time. So this is the second step. First you need to understand the concept clearly, then you should have an acronym. And the third thing is you should be able to remember keywords. Keywords, I mean not the entire number of words. Let's say there are 4 points in an audit documentation, and in each point you can remember 1 or 2, at least 2 or 3 or 3 is more good. So if you're able to remember this, you can frame the answer very good. Let's say now you have understood the concept, you know the acronym, you know the keywords also. Now you can frame the answer properly, and that is expected by the ICA. Now with this strategy, I think you can get good marks in the theoretical papers also. Now I'll quickly summarize what I have told you. In the first point, I have told you not to invest most of your time. Now what I mean is, do not waste most of your time on these theoretical subjects. Give a reasonable amount of time, invest a reasonable amount of time on these subjects. Second point is to have revisions more number of times. I have told you to have 5 to 6 number of revisions only in those topics that are actually worth of revising. There are some topics like in company side, you might not find much of problem in remembering the data. So you can skip, you can like have 2 to 3 revisions in these kind of areas. But when it comes to other areas, you should plan 5 to 6 number of revisions. It will help you. Revision is the game changer in the theoretical subjects. So coming to the last point, as I said you should have a structural framework for writing the answers. The first point is you should have the conceptual understanding. The second point is you should have an acronym, and the third point is you should focus on the keywords. So as a result, you can strongly and you can very well present the answer that is expected by the ICA. I hope you have found this video insightful, and in case if you find this video useful, in case if you find this beneficial to your preparation, please do subscribe my channel. That would really motivate me in doing more and more videos in the future. Thank you so much for listening. Jai Hind.